Hi, everybody. This is Sue Cannon from Granite Cabinetry. How are you all? I hope you're having a great, fun, relaxing day. I wanted to talk about kitchen remodeling, and we have 45 minutes together. So grab yourself a glass of wine or a nice cold beverage. I have a glass of wine, so I highly recommend that. And we're going to have some fun tonight. So hope you can join me, and let's get started. So who are we? We are folks that do kitchen renovations and master bath renovations, luxury baths, we call them, every single day of the week. We do about 350 projects a year. So we consider ourselves the experts. We are always looking to make your spaces function better for you than they do today, of course. And also making sure that we never have a cookie cutter looking space, that it really has your stamp on it and it gets you excited. So let me talk a few minutes about our talented team. So in this picture, you see some great folks. We have a fabulous team of experienced designers, 4 gals who really come to work each day with your best interest at hand. They are fabulous at what they do, and they work super hard. They're great listeners. They're super creative, and you're going to love, love, love working with them. We have a team of talented master craftsmen installers. So what sets us apart from the competition is our install team has been at it 15 plus years at least, for the least senior, excuse me. So these guys, come to work each day, again, with your best interest at heart. And we also have a talented scope of work crew. So as we get further into the presentation, you'll learn some of the verbiage. So I won't talk about scope of work yet, because we're going to really be candid about that further in the presentation. This is the Morris family. So we are a wonderful family-owned and operated business. Why is that important to you? Well, because there is only one Granite State Cabinetry. We purposefully have the business set at a certain level. And we don't want to grow. We have a great mix of both clients and employees, and we want to stay the size that we are. So we have basically had ownership of Granite State Cabinetry for the past 26 years. So that's a lot of, obviously, experience and motivation behind that family name. It is the second generation now, which is pretty exciting. These 2 young men, Frank and Pete, have taken over the business from Frank Sr. and Mariette. Frank and Mariette are still involved each day, but Frank and Pete have kind of hit the ball and are running. So it's a fabulous owned and operated family business. And I'm not a family member, but trust me when I tell you, I feel like family every single day. They are an exceptional quality, considered family, and they're always working each day to make sure that we have the customer's best interest at heart. And that's what is most important when you're choosing a company to renovate your kitchen, because we're in your space for about 6 weeks. So that's a long time. So our goal is to exceed your expectations every day from start to finish. So let's just scoot through here. Our talented team. So we have 4 amazing female designers, and Frank Jr. is a designer too. So he's been designing since he was a wee chap. They have all been regionally and nationally published. So what does that mean? Well, they've been in design magazines that you guys are reading. So their work has been showcased in many publications, and they've been featured in amazing articles, even HGTV. So you can really feel comfortable in knowing that this team is really the team for you. So they're award-winning, they're showcased in regional and national publications, and they all have, a combination of between 15 and 20 years experience in designing. So you're in the very best of hands. So when we get to the planning of your project, we have Pete, who is our wonderful project manager. Mary Ellen in the top right corner. Mary Ellen handles all the scheduling for Granite State Cabinetry. That's a huge position for her. She should have a big crown on her head, because we do a lot of work and there's a lot of scheduling that goes involved in making sure it all goes well. Our goal each day is to be on time and on budget. And I have to say, one of the most sincere things that you'll learn about our team is that if anything, we never run late. Because of course we have a domino of problem behind you because we sell 350 kitchens a year. So if we're a day off schedule, it really kind of upsets the apple cart, so to speak. So we don't run over. We, if anything, are out of the job prior than we expected. And again, our goal is to exceed your expectations from start to finish. I just kind of ran out at lunch to grab a quick lunch at Hannaford. I saw a couple clients in there and they're greeting me with a hug. How wonderful is that? We can't go to Hannaford always because of course we need to be mindful of how long it takes to get through the grocery store. But seeing our customers and a warm embrace when we see you, it's so important. And also knowing that you're referring your customers to us, your friends and family to us to become customers. So that's our goal. And we make it our business to make sure that you're happy. These amazing gents. So Dave, Cliff, Jeff, Nick have all been in the install crew for many, many years. They're very talented. They not only bring the cabinets to your door, but they very masterfully craft each kitchen that we showcase. They are watching your designer's plans to make sure that the designer's kind of execution is well met. And they are very good listeners. They're kind and patient with your pets and with your children and siblings and anybody who's in the space at the same time. They are just a great, great team. And I can't speak highly enough about these men. They really get the job done every day and with a smile. Okay, so let's get started. Our task here today is kind of to dazzle you with some before and afters. This is always my favorite part of the presentation. So you see here kind of a dated kitchen, you know, old tile with a medallion in the floor, some really, you know, old cherry style cabinets. We really went into the space and needed to update it. So we did a beautiful tongue and groove ceiling. I'll start from the ceiling down. Beautiful lighting, both under cabinet as well as task lighting above the island. And then of course, in this particular design, we did both an island as well as a beautiful peninsula. So these folks have 4 young kids. So we had to make enough seating for everyone. But what a great project this is. We love getting into the nuts and bolts of your family and how you cook, your cooking style, how your family convenes. And we really make it our business to get to know you very well so that we can design the best space for you. All right. The kitchen, of course, is the best investment in your home. Not even a great investment, the best investment. So of course, now the kitchen is where you spend so much time. The kids are doing homework. Grandma and grandpa are helping, you know, cook a beautiful dinner. I met with a wonderful woman today who was Italian, and she said, you know, everyone gets involved in the cooking of a great meal. And I was thinking, I'm going to use that tonight. So of course, our goal is to make sure your kitchen functions well for you and your cooking style and how you operate in the kitchen. We want to be sure we're considerate of both these 2 young cutie pies, as well as if you have a 13-year-old or 15-year-old who's interested in baking. I had a customer tell me recently that her 17-year-old is really interested in savory cooking. How fun is it for us to kind of have a passion for someone in the kitchen that we're now going to help create a space that makes them thrive? So that's our goal. We also want to be mindful of spaces where the kids can do homework and where, you know, your husband might relax with a glass of wine at the end of the evening as you prepare dinner, or better yet, you relax with a glass of wine and he prepares dinner. So it takes on a lot of facets. And again, listening is a huge piece of our business. We want to be sure that we are listening closely to how you use your kitchen, or more specifically, how you want to use your kitchen. Because most people come to me saying, my kitchen is the worst kitchen ever. You know, what can you do to my space to make it more functional? Our job is to really kind of circumvent that and make sure we hit it out of the park. All right, so best practices. So We start off here in the showroom and we spend an hour-long visit together. I really get to know you, you get to know me, I get to know what makes you passionate about the kitchen, what you're looking for, what you're missing. We talk about appliance placement, appliance sizing, because of course you might have a 30-inch range now and want to go to a 36-inch range. You might have a range now and want to go to a cooktop and wall ovens. All hit out of the park at that very first meeting. So appliances is kind of making spaces for a lot of the big boxes that are in all of our kitchens. We're always concerned about kitchen ergonomics. So I enter into Granite State Cabinetry with a huge experience in catering and food and beverage management. So my passion is in the kitchen. So I know all about the back end of the kitchen, you know, how closely we should place the range to the refrigerator, where we need prep space and the hot spot, how to equip the hot spot with my cutting boards and cookie sheets, and making sure that everything is placed beautifully so that you're taking less steps in the kitchen, because that's what's most important. We don't want to just make this space beautiful. We want to make it function beautifully for you too. So our team is very well versed in all the latest and greatest of appliances. And of course, kitchen accessories have kind of taken off. We have an accessory for everything you've ever even thought of. So we're looking to make the space function well for you, and in addition, look amazing and stunning in every way. Okay, so the right hand and the left hand, I'm kind of famous for this, I must admit. So the left hand is everything that Granite State Cabinetry does every day. So cabinetry, countertops, sink faucet, hardware, and installation of all of those pieces. So this is what Granite State Cabinetry does 365 days a year, all right, maybe 64, and we do it well. In addition, many customers look to us to do the right hand. The right hand is what we call the scope of work. So where I said earlier, I was going to elaborate on what scope of work is. So scope of work is all the nuts and bolts to get to all the beautiful pieces. So we have here demo and removal, plumbing, electrical, drywall, windows, wall replacement, flooring, painting, tile. This hand can go on and on and on depending upon what your needs are. So one of the very first things we kind of get out of the way is, do you need us for just one hand or both hands? And we're happy to accommodate you either way. So I take a painstaking approach to educating you to all that could be involved in this hand. Earlier today, a customer said to me, oh, wow, we never even thought about windows. And their windows were 50 years old. So we don't want to put a whole new kitchen in and new backsplash if we haven't replaced the old 50-year-old window. So we talk about all the nuts and bolts of the project to make sure that we're considering everything and to make sure that your needs are met and that you've thought of everything, because this may be only 1 or 2 kitchens you do in a lifetime, and we do about 350 kitchens a year. So we're very well versed. All right, determining the budget. This is one of my favorite topics, because many people come to us and don't have an idea of what kitchens go for. So of course, based on your choices here in the showroom, we have 5 different cabinet lines. So I can pretty much accommodate everyone's budget. So I like to say it's from a Camry to a Mercedes, because everybody knows car logos, right? So Camry to a Mercedes, I have a cabinet line for you. If you're looking for something under a Camry, well, I may not have that, but I will certainly try my earnest effort to make sure that your needs are accommodated. But if we look at this great comparison here, we have kitchen cost on the left of about $37K. So that's just this hand, cabinets, counter, sink, faucet, hardware, install. On the right-hand side, this kitchen is much taller. You see the cabinet height of the kitchen is almost 10 feet. You see they have more elaborate appliances. So they have the wall oven, microwave, they have a cooktop and a nice big refrigerator. And you see on the left, their appliances are kind of smaller. So we're accommodating both customers very well. But as you can see from this picture, it's almost half the cost. So that very first appointment here in the showroom is an hour well spent. I'm walking you through everything you need to consider, and then ending with a ballpark price so that you're confident with moving forward with us or any other company as to how much kitchens cost. Right before I started this webinar today, I had customers in here who are just delightful, and they haven't done a kitchen in 50 years. Their cabinets haven't held up that well, but I was like enamored by the fact that it's been 50 years since they did their kitchen. But they were a young couple when they bought this home, and their kitchen is literally falling apart. But 50 years time has passed before they had to consider a new kitchen. Pretty amazing. And of course, they had no idea what kitchens go for. So we take an earnest effort to make sure that costs are something we talk about, that it's not kind of a secret. We all want to know what the costs are when we go car shopping or home shopping. So we take kind of the secret and guesswork out of kitchen shopping as well. All right, let's get excited. Hopefully I've done a good job in exciting you, and know that our team is super excited too. We really love what we do. I joke that this is my encore career. This is really my fun job. So I'm looking forward to meeting with you and educating you about all that's fun and new in kitchens. So our project manager and myself and the designer, after you've decided to use our company, we visit your home and we do what's called a full measure. It takes about a half hour in your space. And then after we visit, we show you full color renderings. So this is a rendering right behind all these words here that is somebody's actual kitchen that we executed. So these renderings look like full color images. Pretty cool. Here's a bird's eye perspective. This is always my favorite. It kind of blows clients away where they're kind of going, where the heck is my range? This bird's eye perspective allows you to see everything at a glance, as if we took your ceiling off your home and you are just so enamored with the new space and where everything is going to be and how much cabinet space you have and how much counter space you have. And of course, cabinets and counters, great storage, great prep space. In this case, we made a beautiful table out of this island. So now they could do away with their kitchen table, have a dining room table instead of a kitchen and dining room table. And they were kind of dueling in this particular kitchen. So it gives you a lot of frame of reference. So this is their view from the family room. Again, it looks like an image, a photograph, as opposed to a computer rendering. They are really very vivid and very cool. Here's more of the view. So they have what's called transom cabinets. So that's that glass cabinet above the actual wall cabinet. And as you see here, we ended with a beautiful glass cabinet, and she's kind of using that as a hutch piece. How fun. And then we also talk about the working side of the island, because of course, when we add an island to your home, we're adding tons and tons of storage. So we're adding storage for everything with a plug. We're adding storage for maybe your plastic wraps and your tin foils. We're adding for all of your bowls. So anything that you might make a salad or might make a pasta dish in. So we're adding all the storage that we're missing in the perimeter by adding that island. And of course, this is an amazing wall of floor to ceiling pantry, flanking that beautiful refrigerator. And then of course, wall oven microwave. So many pieces to this puzzle that we, execute beautifully. Here you see a nice custom furniture piece. So sometimes there's a space in your kitchen that you're wondering, what the heck do we do there? A furniture piece really allows us to kind of hide useful storage within a furniture setting. So this is actually a mirrored panel and what we call a mullion door. So super fun, exciting, and a great way to gain some extra space in your kitchen if you have an area that you haven't thought of what to do. And then here we added a great bar. So this is where all their beverages are kept. If I bring out these two rollouts, oh yes, they're filled with liquor. So how fun is that? Right and left wall flanking cabinets for all of their glassware. So you're a guest in their home. They might say, oh, sure, help yourself to a beverage. You know where it's at. And you'll open these big rollouts and you'll see all of their liquor, and you'll open the right and left and you'll see all of the amazing glassware. So we're kind of doing our best to make sure, again, every single inch is well prepared. So how do we make it come all together? Well, it's pretty wonderful. Our designers pull up what we call a mood board. So they're choosing the door style and the color with you. Of course, you get a lot of input here. The countertop application, the backsplash application, the sink and the faucet, the hood style, even down to the lighting. So these are just two mood boards side by side for you to get a really good idea of what's available. Our designers truly have so much expertise and so much fun in making these mood boards for you. And of course, you get poetic license to change anything and everything that you might like. Accessories, where it's at in the kitchen. You know, obviously tube and waste, spice drawer, beautiful knife inset drawers. Amazing. This is my favorite cabinet in my kitchen, where all of my plates are stored, very convenient to my table. My husband loves it because it's super easy and quick to unload the dishwasher all into this one cabinet. Our drawer above here is all our silverware. It takes like 30 seconds to unload the dishwasher. This is a great cabinet, of course, roll out, store food beautifully. This is a new cabinet, which is like a utensil divider. So it has bins built within it. So you can grab a slotted spoon or a whisk and make a sauce on the cooktop. This is called a Le Mans cabinet, really cool accessory instead of kind of jumping into that corner. So lots of great accessories that make your kitchen function better. Okay, so how long does my kitchen remodel take? If we handle everything, so everything on this hand, cabinets, counter, sink, faucet, hardware, install, the left hand, and then the right hand scope of work, demo removal, plumbing, electrical, drywall, window and wall replacement, flooring, this hand goes on and on. You're 6 weeks under renovation. During that time, we kind of scoot your refrigerator into a room that you designate. We put a 6-foot table down. We grab your microwave, put that on the table. We provide a hot plate. So we provide what's called a satellite kitchen for you. Why that's important is, of course, while we're under renovation for that 6 weeks, you can still kind of get your family out the door in the morning. It makes a great and useful spot for you to use while your kitchen's under renovation. So as I take a deep breath, everybody loves this portion of the webinar. So I'm gonna just slow down for a moment and let you kind of really enjoy this piece. This is my favorite part too. So these are some of our before and after shots. Why are they important? Because many people will be like, oh my goodness, that looks like my kitchen. So rest assured that these are actual renovations. And we love to share them with you because they really do speak volumes about what our team does every day. So this is, you know, literally a hot mess. As you see here, we've got really worn floor. These folks have a couple kids and a dog. And this is usually the before picture that everybody comes in embarrassed to show me, but I see them every day, so I'm never embarrassed, nor should you be. But they're really kind of the, oh my gosh, this is our space now, Sue. What can you do with this? And of course, I work with a great team. So they make it look like this. Are you ready? Wow. What a transformation. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's go back. It just previewed on its own. So you see there a beautiful new wood floor. We had changed the window and wall configuration, all new appliances, all sparkling new white finishes, great bar stools that kind of bring the floor back into the bar stool piece. But what a great transitional space this has made for this family. So this is pretty much the basics of how we take the beginning to the end. This is another great one. And of course, we picked just a few kind of different venues for you. You can preview all of our work on Houzz, but this is another great before and after. So this is the before. Are you ready? And this is the after. So a beautiful gray stained cabinet, a beautiful granite leathered countertop, We actually just did a photo shoot in this kitchen today. Just so fun, inspiring, something a little different. I know you've seen a lot of white kitchens, but know that white isn't all we do. So just some great inspiration. This is a fun one too. One of my favorite customers of all time. Look at that. Do you want me to go back? Okay. Amazing. So this is a family of 5. They function so beautifully in this kitchen. We did away with this whole goofy wall that existed before their dining room space and just made the kitchen so much more open, functions so much better for this family, and they love it. This is a fun one too. Very dark and drab. Oh my goodness, it makes you tired even being in the space. And look at it now, very crisp and clean and everything in its place, and a spot for all their accessories and all of the family's needs. So we take everything into consideration. This is a great one too. You know, that god-awful giant peninsula that they had to walk around every time they went to their family room space. Ugh. Now they go right from their kitchen sink into their family room and over here to their bar area. It just makes everybody happy and pleasing. And they have a gorgeous pool out back. We redid both windows to make it more inviting to the outside. And the homeowners truly love their new space. This is a fun one too. So this is before with the animal print rug. And then this is the after, again, making it more transitional, more 2021. So just some fun before and afters, and know that we do all sizes of spaces. So although we might be showing you some of the larger ones, our crux of business is pretty much everything from small to medium to large size kitchens. So don't be concerned about that. And this is probably one of the smaller kitchens. You see not a ton of cabinets in this space, but this homeowner was so thrilled when we were through designing her new kitchen. Okay, so I talked about Houzz early on. Houzz is where it's at for kitchen remodeling. So if you're thinking about renovating your kitchen, you would find us by just putting in your Google browser GS Cabinetry on Houzz, and you will find, I think, 129 of our reviews and 5-star ratings. Thank goodness. We work really hard to get those ratings, and you can see that they're very true to form because customers post not only their review, but the pictures of their actual space. So in addition, down here, you'll see 9 Houzz awards. That's really hard to get. We have been awarded the best of service through all the folks who do what we do for the last 10 years or so. Oh, actually 9. We're about to be awarded 10. So how does Houzz determine that? Well, the amount of reviews that people go on to talk about how great our company is and how hard we work at what we do. And why is that important to you? Well, because reading reviews is where it's at now. I was just perusing for cars recently, and I wanted to review reviews because, of course, I can buy my car anywhere. But I want to hear what candid customers are saying about the business that I might choose to work with. So it's a great use of your time. So Houzz, it's where it's at. It also has great inspiration. So you can create a great dream book for yourselves. So why choose us? Just to recap, well, because we're a family-owned and operated business, because your business is really important to us. From that first appointment to the end of your kitchen, we treat you like family, and we really do love what we do. So that shows. The most candid compliment I can tell you about is when customers are through with their renovation and they're like, Sue, this has been just amazing. Your team is delightful, and I can't thank you enough for all that they did to make our kitchen space come out as beautifully as it did. And I speak from my heart when I say that family-owned and operated businesses are obviously kind of the bread and butter of New Hampshire. But our family-owned and operated business is so sincere, and we really do make sure that we lose sleep when a problem happens, and we are right on it the next morning to make sure we overcome that concern. And we're really in it to make sure that when you see us at Hannaford, we get that hug that I talked about earlier. So we are where you are. It's important to make sure that you're happy at the end of the renovation and you write a glorious review, just as all of those other customers have done. And lastly, you know, we want to make sure that from start to finish, you feel like you're really held in the palm of our hand. And I, along with our entire 12-man team, do that every day. So we hope that you'll allow us the consideration of your kitchen space. And here's how to contact me. So my email is best, scannon@gscabinetry.com. In addition, of course, our phone number, 472-40800. And of course, we're really operating that phone. It's not just somebody that goes into voicemail. And lastly, I'm also going to share with you my cell number, which is 603-493-5238. So I answer cell phone calls through the weekend, evenings, days, whatever it takes, and our team does too. So we really hope that you'll confide in us and let us know how to make your space great. And I'm really hopeful to have the pleasure of working with you. Thanks so much for your time tonight. I know you have busy schedules and I'm sure you have a lot going on, but I'm really grateful that you spent your time with us. Okay, take care. Thanks so much. Oh, grateful. Look at that. That's our team. Thank you guys. Have a very good night.